Hello, my art darlings. Note the art here. As you can see, my nails are halfway done. I've got one side done. I was waiting for it to dry before I did the other side, but I wanted to get this video done. So that's how it's going to be. If you notice, it is the day after my birthday that I posted this. I am now officially 31 years old. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, I thought for this video it would be good to do some random facts about me. So let's get started. All right, so random fact number one is that I am a Leo. I was born in the 90s. My golden birthday was when I was 8. I broke my nose. It's the only thing I've broken, knock on wood. The only thing I've broken from my body. I don't know if it's a broken nose or dislocated like cartilage because your nose doesn't have a bone. It's just cartilage. Anyway, I broke it in 5th grade because I was being a dumb 10-year-old and I was quote unquote ice skating down a slope during winter break and I tumbled, which then broke my nose. And so they had to pop it back into place. The funny thing is that both my aunt and my grandpa have like a bump on their nose because now I have a bump on my nose. You can see it more when I turn sideways. But it's not genetic. It's totally just us all three breaking our nose in different ways when we were children. So we call it by my maiden name, nose, and it's not hereditary at all. It's just a funny coincidence that 3 out of 3 members from my immediate family have their nose broken. Next is I have been engaged twice and married once. I'm not going to get into the story of that because it was just too long and complicated. Just understand that I have been engaged twice and only married once. I've been to 4 different countries. I've been to Scotland, Belgium, Holland, and Japan. Japan I've been to twice, but I am hoping to go to other countries in my 30s. So hopefully that number of countries will go up at some point. I have 2 degrees, so 2 college degrees. My first one is in theater and art, and then my second one is in art education. I'm getting my 3rd degree, my master's degree in art education, starting this fall. 4 people I would want to come to dinner, dead or alive, would be Robin Williams, Bob Ross, Steve Irwin, and Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Those 4 men basically made my childhood. They made me the person I am, the kind, empathetic, animal-loving person that you see before you. Oh, and very funny if you get to know me. My favorite animal growing up was a penguin. I had quite the penguin collection, and then my favorite animal now is owls, and my collection of owls I would say is a lot more than my collection of penguins, just because like owls are like everywhere. Like they're seasonal for fall, like penguins are seasonal for winter, but you can only find things in winter. For owls, you can see them almost anywhere, so that's great. I have a younger brother. I am bisexual. My favorite colors are teal and orange. My biggest like pet peeve that I have is that people who chew with their mouths open is the most disgusting thing in the world. I cannot stand it. I don't think I have the mental disorder where it's like you can't handle certain noises. There are certain noises I can't handle, but I cannot stand chewing with your mouth open. It drives me up the wall. You're not a cow. Chew with your mouth closed. I mean, I understand if you can't breathe because like your nose is plugged up, but like, you don't have to chomp on your food. My favorite quote from a book of all time is from Stephen King. It's in the end, Daughter of Pandora that I am, my curiosity got the better of me. Ah, I love that quote so much. If you don't know who Pandora is, look her up. Then you'll understand the quote. My favorite foods, like if I could eat them forever and always, are tacos and pancakes. Ah, I love them both. And maybe like French toast waffles, like that whole section of like breakfast foods is like absolutely my favorite. Um, my irrational fears that I have a lot. Like a lot. Like, um, like I'm spooked of like things being in my house. I'm I'm like spooked of everything. Like I watch enough horror movies that like any little thing I'm like, "Ooh, what was that?" And so those are kind of my I have so many. It's why I have anxiety and sleep anxiety for that reason. Um thing I never got to do as a kid was go to Disney World. Everybody else that I knew, like in all of my classes, were like, this summer I went to Disney World or I went to Disneyland. I never got to go. I mean, I eventually got to go, but I got to go when I was in college. I never got to experience it as a kid, and it was very sad. Um, Something that I did that I've never told anyone. The only person I've told is my husband. Was in fourth grade, I cheated. So my grandmother said that if I could pass these math minute things, I would get a prize. And I wasn't very good at addition and subtraction. I don't know why. It just like in my head, I just could not like see the numbers in my head. And so I was like, but I really want this prize. And like it was a little like half sheet of paper, and you had to fill out the whole thing. You had to see as far as you could go, I think for like a minute or two. I'm not quite sure what it was. And so that day, when it was time to turn out the Mad Minute things, I took two, and I took one of them and I hid it in my desk. I put it in like a folder, and then I set another one out, and I did the numbers. And then during like free time or downtime, I think I took out the second sheet and I filled out all of the answers. It took me a little while, but I got there. I filled it out. I don't know how I got away with this because like the teacher put like good job or okay on it, but like I filled it out and I showed it to my grandma and I got the prize, and it was a brown bear stuffed animal. To this day, I had not told anyone, and now I'm telling you all. I mean, it's okay because my grandma has passed away, so hopefully she won't come back to me and murr. But yeah, that's like the one thing, like one of the bad things that I've done when I was a kid. Um, One of the most embarrassing stories that I have. Hopefully, I have time for this. So, I was a wild and crazy kid when I was younger. Well, not that wild and crazy. I always tried to be good. So I was at a day camp, like summer camp thing that I would go to every summer up until fifth grade. And we would go swimming every single day. And then we would go do an activity, like we would go to an amusement park, a skating rink, mini golf, or anything like that. And so you would have to make sure to like bring clothes to change out of, or like you would change at the next destination. So I saw other people doing this on the bus where they would hold up their towel and then they would change on the bus. So then that way they didn't have to change or like be in their wet like swimsuit the whole time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I sat in the back with other people, and I was hoping that they would like watch out for like the counselor or whatever. So I was like trying to quickly change. I had the towel over, and then the a male counselor came up and was like, "What are you doing?" And I got so embarrassed because I was like halfway changed. I had like my shirt like covering my chest, and that's all I had left. And I got so embarrassed because I was the only one left on the bus while everybody else got up, and I got reprimanded for it. And I was like, but I'm not the only one. But now I understand it's the second person that always gets in trouble. As a teacher, it's always the second person who gets caught. The first people never get caught. Always be the first person. That's bad advice. Don't take that advice. That's terrible. But I will remember that for always. I tried to be one of the cool kids to change really fast, and it didn't work out in my favor. Granted, I'm sure that person doesn't remember who I am. I don't remember who they are. I remember that is a very vivid memory of mine that happened. And so, yeah, those are some of my random facts about me. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was really fun to figure out some random facts about myself and just tell you some things that I have shared maybe on social media a little bit. Some things I've only shared with like friends and family. So it was really nice to just talk quickly about some of my favorite things or just random things. Finding questions was really hard to do. Maybe we can do like one or two more questions. I think I saw another one real quick that we can look at. If you were about to be executed with what 5 foods would you have as your last meal? Probably a breakfast buffet with like waffles and pancakes and French toast and a lot of syrup. And that would probably be about it. Well, that is all the time that I have left. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, sleep well, eat well, stay hydrated, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.